Welcome to MedTalks, your go-to source for health information and medical insights. I'm your host, Juvenava, and we are bringing you the latest in healthcare. Whether you're looking to understand the basics of wellness, gain practical tips for everyday health, or learn about community resources available to help you live a healthier and happier life, MedTalks has you covered. Join us on this journey to better health, and remember, a healthier you starts with a single conversation. Stay informed, stay healthy with MedTalks, where every talk is a step towards a better you.
GraceMed Health Clinic is your home for complete compassionate care. From medical visits to vision screenings, dental care, behavioral health support, and a fully equipped pharmacy, we're here to meet all your health needs. Our dedicated team of providers and staff work together to make every visit welcoming and stress-free. Because at GraceMed, you're not just a patient, you're part of our family. Call 316-866-2000 to schedule your appointment. GraceMed Health Clinic, compassionate care for all.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of MedTalks. My name is Juvenava, Director of Community Outreach and Communications at GraceMed Health Clinic. We are here with Christy from the Wichita Animal Action League to give us some information about WAAL. Welcome, Christy. How are you?
I am great. How are you today?
Very good. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful day outside.
Gorgeous.
Right? I'm really excited to have the opportunity to interview you because I don't know much about the Wichita Animal Action League, and so I'm interested to know a little bit more. First of all, talk to me about the organization.
Sure. So we have actually, believe it or not, been around since 2013.
Wow.
And our goal is to not only rescue animals in crisis, but also to provide resources to families who have very beloved pets that might just be struggling and need a little bit of assistance.
That's awesome. I was going through your website and I saw the story of how it started.
Yes.
Can you talk to me a little bit about that? Because it's such a beautiful story.
So our founder, Sarah Kaufman, basically one day was sitting at home and she was scrolling through social media, as we all do, and just kept seeing posts about somebody should do something about this. At the time, it was a dog that was left out in freezing weather. And she kept seeing all these comments about someone should do something, someone should do something. And she said, suddenly she just had an epiphany. Wait a minute, I am someone. I should go do something. Yeah. So she called a friend and went out and picked up the dog, and WAAL was at least conceptually born that night.
Yeah, that's amazing. When you think about scrolling through your phone and seeing those things, sometimes you're like, oh, that breaks my heart. Yeah. But the founder was able to just get into action and start doing the work. So talk to me a little bit about the mission, because y'all do such great services. What is the mission? What is the heart of the organization?
Absolutely. So our mission has changed a little bit actually since COVID. Okay. We were primarily, basically foster and adoption was our primary focus, and we still do that. But our mission has really changed into more of a support of the entire family type mission. Okay. So all of our programs, whether it's access to veterinary care or community pet food banks, spay neuter clinics, they're all based on trying to keep loving families together and keep pets in good homes and keep animals and families out of crisis.
Yeah, that's awesome. You mentioned earlier while we were just talking and catching up that you just came from a community outreach event. What does your day-to-day kind of activity look like? What does a day at WAAL look like?
Oh, goodness. I think one thing I love most about my job is every day is different. So I'm just going to use today as an example. Okay. So woke up this morning, responded to a number of emails from people looking for assistance, usually veterinary care, access to pet food, that type of thing. We have a pet food handout at our office on Wednesdays. Okay. So we have volunteers that come in, starts at 10 a.m. in the morning, and if anyone out there needs help, it's 1550 North Broadway, and we provide free pet food and supplies to pet owners in need. So when I got to the office this morning, there was literally a line around the door waiting for us to open. Gotcha. So started with Community Pet Food Bank, and then we're also simultaneously today having an Alpha Clinic, which it's basically our affordable local pet health assistance program. So we contract with either K-State Veterinary School or local veterinarians to take mobile veterinary services to the neighborhoods who need them the most.
Okay.
So we have that going on as well today too.
That's awesome. Wow, y'all have so many things available for people in general.
We do.
Can you talk a little bit more about the services that y'all do offer?
Sure. So probably one of our biggest services is low-cost spay and neuter.
Okay.
There's a huge need for that in this
Oh,
community.
yeah.
And so we offer that for people can just go to our website, sign up, and we do about 6 to 8 clinics with 50 animals each clinic a month.
Wow.
So we've got it down to a science. It's almost like a MASH style surgery clinic. So that's a big one. We obviously do foster and adoption. So we take animals in crisis into our foster homes. We have about 150 foster homes right now, always in need of more. And we adopt out over 1,000 animals a year.
Wow.
We have community pet food banks. I think one of the programs I'm most proud of, though, is our Safe Paws Alliance program, or SPA. Basically, we provide free respite care and veterinary care for pets belonging to domestic violence victims who are fleeing for safety or for veterans who are in need of inpatient hospitalization for whatever reason.
Wow.
And then we reunite them once they're,
I honestly would have never thought about that need. And it's incredible that the organization did think about that and saw there was such a need for it. And what an amazing service to provide. If people are in need of services, how do they go about to sign up or get more information or to even ask for assistance?
Yeah, absolutely. Easiest way is our website.
Okay.
We just redid our website. It looks awesome.
It does look
so,
awesome.
So thank you. Was a little sad before, so it looks amazing now. But hopefully it's very easy to navigate for people looking for, whatever type services they might need, or if they're just looking to add a new pet, to their family.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned the website because I went on it and it's incredible. You have such great content on there and a lot of great information. Tell me a little bit about your personal journey with WAAL. When did you start there? What motivates you to continue to work there?
Oh, goodness. Okay, so I was actually on the board when WAAL started, way back in the olden days. And at that time, I was actually a law enforcement officer here in Sedgwick County, and I did all the animal cruelty investigations. And so I just really developed a passion for trying to save animals, come up with proactive ways to save animals and to help their families. So left the state for another job for a little bit and then was recruited to come back in 2 weeks before COVID hit and everything shut down, and came back, and I've been back at WAAL for 6 years now.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
It feeds my soul is the best way to put it.
I love that.
There's just nothing better than being able to offer resources to people that just have given up hope.
Yeah.
And they love their pets. They desperately want to keep their pets, and they just need a little bit of assistance to get by until they can get back on their feet.
That's incredible. That's awesome. What a great journey.
Well, thank you.
With WAAL. Obviously, when you're an organization like WAAL, you do need a lot of financial assistance to continue to provide the services. Can you talk to me a little bit more about how does WAAL get funded? Is that by donations? Is that grants? How does that work?
Yeah, so we receive no government assistance financially. So everything is by private donations and then grants. So do a lot of grant writing. But if anyone would like to help support our mission, they can always go to our website, obviously, and do it there, or just reach out to us and we can talk about other things. We also accept in-kind donations. So pet food, supplies, those kind of things that we then just turn right back around and give back out to the community.
That's awesome. Now, does WAAL have fundraising events, or is there a yearly thing that y'all do to help?
We do. We have a giant gala every year. It's always the last Sunday of September. It's called Wags and Whiskers. So this year we're super excited. We've kind of grown out of our last venues, so we're going to be doing it at Century 2 this year.
Oh, wow.
September 27th.
Nice.
Tons of fun. So We'll have a puppy parade. It's a live auction, silent auction, live band, all kinds of fun games and things to do. And all the proceeds are going to go right back to helping our community.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
I love that. If you can share with us, what does the future of WAAL look like? Is there anything that y'all feel as though like services that y'all need to do, or like what is it? Yeah, what's the future?
Oh, goodness. This is such a tough question because
Yeah.
there's so many different avenues I would love to take.
Uh-huh.
I think the biggest thing is we really want to expand our ability to provide access to free and low-cost veterinary services for low-income families.
Yeah.
There's just not many opportunities here in the community for that, and people are desperate for that. So that's really probably our biggest goal at this point.
Yeah. I would agree. I think that there's such a huge need for that. So what do y'all do right now to help assist with those needs? I know you've talked about the veterinary services and the spay and neuter, but what do you do when someone just needs, their dogs to get vaccinated?
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, February 28th, we have a giant free vaccine microchip clinic that's going to be taking place in Oak Lawn. But on a quarterly basis, we do huge, large-scale free clinics for the public. No questions asked. You don't have to show proof of income or anything like that. It's just our way of trying to make sure that families and pets have what they need and giving back to the community. So we try to do that. We also have a number of just smaller, like microchip clinics that just pop up, or vaccine clinics that pop up as well. One thing we've recently kind of started adding to our list of things we do is going to some of the low-income senior centers where mobility may be an issue and they can't attend our other clinics. And if they have pets, then we bring the vet staff to them and help get their pets up to date.
Oh, awesome. I know that earlier we mentioned about how people can support financially, but are there other ways that they can help support, either through volunteer opportunities?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
Desperately need volunteers. Always, always, always. And honestly, it runs the gambit on what we need. Everything from administrative type help to people that are willing to, work our spay neuter clinics and learn how to trim the toenails and clean the dog ears and doing all those fun things. I promise, I know every nonprofit says this, but we're really a fun group.
Yeah.
We have a ton of fun at our events. And if anyone is interested, they can always find out more on our website. Fostering is another big need for us. So whether it's kind of a little bit of a long-term foster while we're looking for a new family for a pet, or even fosters for our spa program, which tend to be about 60-day placements, we're always in need of fosters for dogs and cats.
Wow, I bet. I mean, I can imagine there's such a huge need for that. Talking about volunteering, I know that other organizations, we've asked about this, there's sort of like an age restriction or things like that. Is there restrictions, any kind of restrictions for y'all?
There are. So we actually allow volunteers starting at the age of 16.
Okay.
But due to insurance reasons, a parent has to be with them until they're 18.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but we do a lot of, and we also do a lot of like groups that come out from businesses or civic organizations that come out and do like a group day of volunteering. So that's always a possibility as well. And that when we do those days, we can be a little more lenient on the age restrictions.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you mentioned about adoption, because I know that sometimes people can get excited. They'll see a photo and they'll think, what a cute puppy or what a cute dog, and let's just go ahead and adopt. What's one thing that you would want people to know before they decide to adopt an animal?
Oh, can I have two things?
Yes.
All
two
right.
things.
Okay. So the first thing is, especially for dogs, research the breed you're interested in. Find out what they need to be happy and healthy. Because, it's totally fine to just not be in the place in life to have your dream breed of a Great Pyrenees or a St. Bernard or whatever the case may be. It's probably the first one. The second one is patience. We have a rule of threes in animal welfare, and that basically means that it takes 3 days for a pet to just start realizing that this is now their new home, 3 weeks for them to start figuring out the daily routines and that type of thing, 3 months for them to really feel like they're comfortable and like this is a permanent placement. So just patience is so important, and just give a little bit of grace if we have potty accidents or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Because, it'd be like us moving to a brand new country where we don't know anybody.
Yeah, no, I completely get that. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I know when I was looking for a dog, I wanted a lab. And then I saw how much attention they need for like energy and exercise. I was like, that is not me. I need a lap dog.
Yep.
And so I had to go with a different breed. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, because that can change everything.
Yeah, that's why I have basset hounds.
Yeah. Well, speaking of my personal challenges of not being active, what are some challenges that your organization has had to go through, and especially since the pandemic, like you mentioned, where you've had to adjust?
Oh, goodness. Okay, so a couple different things. Number one, veterinary shortage. So if you didn't know, there's actually a nationwide veterinary shortage. So it's really hard right now just for people to find, veterinary care for their pets, but also really hard for nonprofits like us to find vets that just simply have the time to help.
Yeah.
Most of them want to help, but, if they're already just packed, it's their schedule, it's hard. So that's probably a pretty big one. I think, obviously, the economy's kind of been going up and down a little bit. So as far as fundraising, sometimes it makes things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
We also, a couple years ago, had a pretty big change. We had office space at a local mall that now no longer exists. Okay. And so very quickly, we had to move out of there, find a whole new place, start over. And I think it worked out great, because I think the neighborhood that we're in now is where we need to be. And, there's a lot of good that we can do there. But it definitely was a drastic shift for us.
I bet.
Yeah.
I know when people think about volunteering or even working for an organization like this, they think about the opportunities to play with pets and like cats and dogs and everything like that. What do you think is the biggest misconception that people have when they're wanting to like work for an organization like yours? But also, what's the biggest highlight?
Okay, biggest misconception is just exactly what you said. Just that we walk around all day and carry puppies and kittens. I'm not going to lie, some days we do, or at least for a little bit, but that's probably not the biggest part of our job. I think as far as the biggest highlight, I use today's Alpha Clinic as an example. We see people and they're coming to get in line to check in, and just the look on their face is just, they're worried, they're scared for their pet, they're desperate for help. They know that this is the only place they can get help that they can afford. And then that amazing moment when they walk back out of the vet clinic and they walk back to their car, and it's just smiles. And they're just so happy, and the pets are so much happier. So just getting to see that shift of desperation to, almost gratitude and just sense of relief that they feel.
I love that. I can imagine that feeling keeps you energized every day.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
The organization, how many staff members are in the organization, or volunteers?
Yeah. So we have 5 full-time staff,
Okay.
2 part-time staff, and then right now, if we kind of combine volunteers and fosters, we're probably about the 250 mark.
Okay. That's nice. Awesome. Is there opportunity for people to work for an organization like that, if they're interested?
We occasionally have job openings.
Okay.
Obviously, we're a little bit of a smaller organization. We hope to grow. We're growing leaps and bounds. So right now, we don't have any job openings. But any job openings that we do have, we always post and try to get people to apply.
Awesome. Is there one thing that the community could rally around right now for something that your organization needs?
Spay and neuter.
Okay. Yes.
This sounds so bad, but there's such a misconception out in the community that there is a home for every puppy and every kitten.
Yeah.
And there's just not. There's just not. Right. And I read a statistic just this morning that said 1 of every 600 dogs is lucky to find a forever home. And that's just so sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad. So, we just need community members to know that by spaying and neutering, not only are they helping, prevent that severe pet overpopulation problem, but they're also making their pets a lot healthier and preventing a lot of medical and behavioral issues.
Okay. Christy, is there a final message that you want for our audience to hear, either about like compassion or community or like pet ownership, anything like that?
Yes, we have two sayings in WAAL world. The first one, be kind. We strive to provide non-judgmental services, so don't jump to conclusions about people and about their ability to take care of their pets, because we just never know. We never know what's going on behind closed doors. The second one is be loud. And when we say be loud, we're actually talking about advocating for animals who don't have the ability to advocate for themselves. And for a lot of our programs, that's also kind of leached over a bit to advocate for people too that may find it difficult to speak for themselves. But don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And please, if you need help for your pets, we're not going to judge you. Come forward. Let us help you. We're happy to do so.
Well, Christy, thank you so much for spending some time with us. I really appreciate all the information that you gave us and getting to hear your story.
It was totally my honor. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you guys for another episode of MedTalks, and we will catch you next time.